Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 21st of December 2022. So Bank of Japan sparks market chaos with huge yield curve control adjustments. That's what moved the markets yesterday. I did actually see this, but it never registered at the time. So the markets yesterday, massive Bank of Japan and massively unchanged SPX, Nasdaq, volatility puke. Next is what the headline is there. Major US stocks indices saw mild gains on Tuesday in the aftermath of Bank of Japan, and yen and yield surge after Bank of Japan widens yield control curve band. So that's what it was all about yesterday, but the market moving to the upside, which is why, as I mentioned yesterday, the DAX trading down to the S3 is an indication that it's already done or overdone to the downside. Economic news today as we head towards the festivities or the start of them. 3 p.m. we've got the consumer confidence numbers out. Whatever the market makes of those, who knows. And also gold-silver ratio down sharply yesterday as silver was allowed to move up $1, which we'll see in a bit later in the market alert. But first, let's kick off and have a look at the stock markets, and we'll start off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, we see the market moving off the 200 MA and also the 78% retracement there with an increased volume. So the market now also trading above the 5 and the 50 EMA there. So what you'll want to do, if we've got any strength to the upside, this is the targets for any move or potential move to the upside as far as the Dow is concerned. The market will need to stay above yesterday's high, and the best way to see that is in the 30-minute chart. But just before we look at that, yesterday we saw the overnight Bank of Japan reaction, the market trading down to the low. As I've said before, in a bull market or in any stock market scenario, they'll want to get the market back above the low, and that's exactly what they did during yesterday's trading session. So from the low all the way up to the high of yesterday's trading session, they managed to bring the market back up 523 points there. Overnight, the market is above the high and it is holding there at the moment, so wanting to advance this further, which is where the daily chart then comes in with that 38% retracement. 33,400 is going to be the target, despite the fact it says 7 there. The psychological level will also come into play. In the German DAX, again, we can see the buy-in. We're oversold. Room to move to the upside. No major selling coming into the markets over the next few days. And also, of course, the UK having longer than the US, so we'll give them the opportunity to keep moving prices to the upside if they wish to do so. And again, you can see the market trading above the 5-bar moving average overnight, plus the high of yesterday, and to say that increased volume. So let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. 30-minute chart. We had the decline yesterday down to the S3, where I've mentioned before 90% of the time the market will find support. And then we saw the market moving from this low to yesterday's high, which was in the afternoon, 253 points back for the DAX there. Overnight, the market is finding a lot of support at the high of yesterday. We drove through it, the market came back, retested it, it's oversold at the moment, free to move higher, just get through the 200 MA there. In the 5-minute chart for yesterday, let's just drag this over, and you'll see that choppy in the morning with the futures, and then the cash market finding support at the S2 with buying and then becoming oversold, market moving higher and then just trading sideways at the highs, then coming back down at lunchtime, finding support at the 200 MA, then the S1. Again, you can see the support coming in there and divergence as the market started to make its way back, the momentum shifting, and then moving to the upside and following the Dow overnight. At the moment, as I say, we've got this where the market's sitting on yesterday's high and the momentum moving back, which is why again you saw the market moving to the upside. At the moment we've got a bit of selling around. We'll have to see what the futures does at 7 a.m. Yesterday's trades, 25949, 10.63 profit factor. There was 63 to 37 win-loss ratio to be added to the other 300 plus for Monday. So a good week so far, despite the fact that we're not getting much movement. We did have a lot more yesterday, sideways on Monday. So we'll see what the market does during today's trading session. In the S&P, same thing. We've got demand, we're oversold, and the market also attempting to move higher. Let's just have a look from the pivot low here, or swing low I should call it. 89% retracement there. I need to get back above the 5-bar moving average for the S&P. We've got the 62 in the way there of the 50 EMA. In the 30 minutes, again, you can see yesterday we were traded just below the S1. Market found support, pullback, and again that low came into play here in the afternoon when we saw the S&P moving up. We had a retracement, and then the market continuing. At the moment, we need to get back above the high of yesterday, where the market's struggling slightly there. In the FTSE 100, also stuck at the two averages there, 50 EMA and the 200 MA, back above the 5. Again, you'd want to draw in your retracements there for the upside potential targets. But in the 30-minute chart, again, coming off the S2 and then driving through the low of Monday and continuing to the upside with some support at the DP overnight, and then continuing to move up and currently sitting above the high and the 200 MA in the 30-minute chart, where the market will need to remain above these levels. In the currencies, the yen absolutely hammered with the Bank of Japan's recklessness, and overnight the market sideways, managing just to bounce a little bit during yesterday, and a little bit it was. The market continued down throughout the session, as can be seen there. The total amount of points to the downside from the release of the news down to the session low was 841 pips there for the Japanese yen. Market trying to stay above the close. There's your low for yesterday. In the pound, sideways to higher as well. An increase in volume here as well as we become oversold. Market needs to close back above the 20-bar moving average in the daily chart. In the 30-minute chart, again, the low coming into play. As you can see how they wanted to get the market back above the previous day's low, i.e. Monday's. Overnight, the market sitting on the DP and the two averages at the moment, lending a bit of support. But above this, we've got some resistance with the 200 MA and the psychological level. In the dollar index, another update for this yesterday, and overnight the market still above the 5-bar moving average there. Just have a quick look at the 30-minute chart, and we can see that that was overnight yesterday, early hours of yesterday morning, but the market currently for the dollar index sideways with a bit of support being held there with an increase in volume. And finally, silver being allowed to move up yesterday, trading up to the recent high that we can see there, coming back overnight. But there's a big move up yesterday above the $24 an ounce. That's a while since we've been above this level. But overnight, as soon as it traded up to yesterday's high of 24.26, the market was hammered back down and is currently just finding some support there, just below the $24 level where it will need to close back. The gold market also trading up, but not breaching the high to the left, trading sideways and to lower overnight as well, which you can see there. Didn't quite get back to yesterday's high, unlike silver, which did. So the market, having moved up nicely yesterday, see there the high playing a pivotal role, and the 20-bar moving average moving prices back to the upside. Okay, that's a quick roundup of events today. From yesterday, we'll have to see what the market does during today as we head into the quieter time for the next week. I will probably record tomorrow, and that will be the last one until the new year. Okay, that's it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.